Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. We will make learning English both funny and effective. In this series, I will be sharing with you the exact method I use to improve my English. Every day, I will take a page from the famous 5 on the Treasure Island, read it with you, and focusing on the 20 new words from that page. Together, we're exploring their meanings, learning how to use them in a sentence and even do some simple exercise to understand the page better. To make it easy for you, I've provided a PDF version of the book in the description box below. This steps by steps approach helped me a lot, and I am confident it will help you too. So let's start this journey together and make learning English an enjoyable experience. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me every day for a new lesson. Today I will exploring with you page 25. Reading and explanation your guide to mastering English 20 vocabulary words. Please share, ruin, marvelous, cross, queer, scalding, grinding, splendid, dismay, storm, impatiently, disappointment, artfully, hang about, frightened, eagerly, unexpectedly, handle, weather. Well, I really must say I am pleased that George is going to share something with you, she said. Would you like to take your dinner there and spend the day? It's hardly worth well rowing all the way there and landing unless you're going to spend some hours there. Oh, and Fanny, it would be marvelous to take our dinner, cry Anne. George looked up. Are you coming too, mother? She asked. You don't sound at all as if you want me to, said her mother in a hurried tone. You looked across. Yesterday, too, when you found I was coming. No, I shan't come tomorrow, but I am sure your cousin must think you are a queer girl never to want your mother to go with you. George said nothing. She hardly ever did say a word when she was scolded. The other children said nothing too. They knew perfectly well that wasn't that George didn't want her mother to go. It was just that she wanted Timothy want her. Anyway, I couldn't come, went on Aunt Fanny. I've some gardening to do. You will be quite safe with George. He can handle a boat like a man. The three children looked eagerly at the weather the next day when they got up. The sun was shining and everything seemed splendid. Isn't it a marvelous day? Said Aunt to George as they dressed. I am so looking forward to going to the island. Well, honestly, I think really we oughtn't to go, said George unexpectedly. Oh, but why? Cried and in dismay. I think there is going to be storm or something, said George, looking out to the southwest. But George, why do you say that? Said Aunt. Impatiently look at the sun. And there is hardly cloud in the sky. The wind is run, said George, and can't you see the little white tops to the waves out there by my island? That's always a bad thing. Oh, George, it will be the biggest disappointment of our lives if we don't go today, said Anne, who couldn't bear any disappointment, big or small. And besides, she added artfully, if we hang about the house afraid of a storm, we shan't be able to have dear old Tim with us. Yes, that's truth, said George. All right, we'll go, but mind, if a storm doesn't come, you are not to be a baby. You are to try and enjoy it and not be frightened. The explanation of the 20 important words from the text. Pleased, feeling happy or satisfied. Share, to give a portion of something to others. Ruin, the act of moving a boat using oars. Marvelous, extremely good or wonderful. Cross, angry or annoyed. Queer, strange or unusual. Scolded, criticized or recommended. Gardening, the activity of tending to a garden. Splendid, excellent, or very impressive. Dismay, a feeling of distress or disappointment. Storm, a violent disturbance of the atmosphere with strong winds and rain. Impatiently, in a way that shows annoyance at having to wait. Disappointment, sadness, or displeasure caused by unmet expectations and artfully in a clever or skillful way hang about to wait or linger around, frightened, feeling afraid or scared, eagerly, with enthusiasm or excitement, unexpectedly in a way that is not expected or predicted, handle, to manage or deal with something. Whether the state of the atmosphere at a particular time, sunny, raining. Opposite antonyms of the 20 words. Please, displeased, unhappy. Share, keep, hold. Ruin, drifting, fluent. Marvelous, ordinary, terrible. Cross, calm, pleasant. Queer, normal, conventional. Scolded, praised, complimented. Gardening, neglected, ignored. Splendid, go, mediocre. Dismay, delight, comfort. Storm, calm, peace. Impatiently, patiently, calmly. Disappointment, satisfaction, fulfillment. Artfully, constantly, unskillfully. Hang about, leave, depart. Frightened, brave, fearless. Eagerly, reluctantly, indifferently. Unexpectedly, expectedly, predictably. Handle, mismanage, mishandle. Whether, climate, not a direct opposite but related contrast. I comprehension question based on the text, each with four answer options to help you understand the story better. Why is Aunt Fanny pleasant? because George is going to share something with Aunt, because George is going to cook dinner, because George is going to stay home, because George is going to visit her friends. The answer of this question in the text, well, I really must say I am pleased that George is going to share something with you. Yes, is the answer. Because George is going to share something with Anne. Question number two. What does Aunt Fanny suggest the children to do if they go to the island? Take their dinner and spend the day there, go for a quick visit and return immediately, stay on the boat and not land on the island, go fishing instead of rowing. The answer of this question in the text, she said, would you like to take your dinner there or spend the day? It's hardly worth while rowing all the way there and landing unless you are going to spend some hours there. Yes, take their dinner and spend the day there is the answer of this question. Question number three. How does George's mother feel when George doesn't seem to want her to come? Happy and relieved, hurt and upset, excited and eager, indifferent and interested. The answer of this question in the text, you don't sound at all as if you want me to, said her mother in a hard tone. Yes, hard and upset is the answer of this question. Question number four. Why doesn't George want her mother to come with them? She doesn't like her mother. She wants Tim to come instead. She wants to be alone with her cousin. She thinks her mother will spoil the fun. The answer of this question in the text, they know perfectly well that it wasn't that George didn't want her mother to go. It wasn't just that she wanted Timothy with her. Yes, she wanted Tim to come instead. Yes, is the answer of this question. Question number five. What does George say about the weather the next day? It will be sun and perfect. There may be a storm. It will be too cold to go out. The weather will be unpredictable. The answer of this question in the text. Well, honestly, I think really we ought to go, said George, unexpectable. Oh, but why, cried Anne in dismay. I think there is going to be a storm or something, said George. Yes, is the answer. There may be a storm. Is the answer of this question. No, the question number six. What does Anne think about George's worrying about the storm? She agreed with George and doesn't want to go. She thinks George is being silly and wants to go anyway. She is scared and refuses to go. She doesn't care about the weather. Now, the answer of this question in the text, if we hang about the house afraid of a storm. Yes, the answer of this question, she thinks George is being silly and wanted to go anyway, is the answer of this question. Now, question number seven. What does Aunt say to convince George to go to the island? She say they will have a distance. She say that won't be able to take them if they stay home. She says the storm won't be dangerous. She says they should go fishing instant? The answer of this question is we shan't be able to have their all team with us. Yes, is the answer of this question in the text. Now, question number 8. What does George tell Anne to do if a storm coming? Crying and crying for help, stay calm and trying to enjoy it, row back to shore immediately, blame George for the bad weather. The answer of this question in the text said George, all right, we'll go, but named if a storm does come, you are not to be a baby. You are to try and enjoy it and not be frightened. Yes, is the answer of this question. Stay calm and trying to enjoy it. Now, to better understand and memorize the 20 words we shared today, I provided a series of exercises for you to follow in. You found the PDF in the description box below. The exercise is found in the blankets and conversation you can practice in with yourself and write exercise word search puzzle. Bye and see you in a new video.
Subscribe now.